So you want to know what that introduction was? You couldn't hear it?
I couldn't hear it.
All right, so can we put the thing? It's our first guest is grandfathered into this show, or at least fathered, because you're my dad. Get it? Little play on words. And then we talk about the book a little bit, and I say, please welcome the best friend a son could ask for. That's me. And the worst enemy of the guy operating the bleep button, because you swear a lot. You use a lot of cuss words. When I have you on speakerphone and the kids are in the car, I have to remind you the kids are in the car.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do. That was the point. That was the joke. So thank you for coming back on the show. You've been on the show before, but never with a book,
right.
Which is exciting. So this is your first published work, an Irish immigrant story. Why? I've known you my whole life, and I never knew this was a thing.
Well, it was. I would have done it a long time ago, but I had two brat kids I had to bring up.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do this seriously ever since college, but I never had the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was a good time for this story because there's so much bad talk about how we need to fear immigrants. The reality is you're either a Native American or you come from immigrants. And my own family struggled when they came here from Ireland, and some of the things in this book relate to my ancestors.
Mm-hmm. And so some of the characters in here are based on real people in your family,
Yes.
and at least one is completely fictitious.
Oh, several are fictitious, but remember, it's a historical novel. There's a lot in here about the Irish famine, which is historically accurate. I researched it, and there's a lot in here about Ireland's drive for independence.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize this, but the United States was the first country to break away from Britain in 1776. The second country to break away was Ireland. And I get into a lot of that in the book. And again, I thought that was a timely story, given the fact that the biggest problem right now, if you've been following the Brexit debate, the biggest problem trying to put something together with that Brexit is Northern Ireland and the problems that will be caused by Britain leaving the European Union. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was a timely time to put this book out.
Well, now you said you've wanted to do this for a long time. It takes a lot of time. I think that's something that people undervalue, because a lot of people say, "Oh, I'd like to write a book. I can write a book," but it's a time-consuming endeavor. This is what, 200 pages or so, a little under 200 pages.
And, you know, frankly, it's a lot of work, but I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And I have a second book that's currently in editing with the publisher, and I intend to write more. It is a lot of work, but it's fun work. And
right.
This cover, that is the I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but see what I meant about the brat kids.
There you go.
That cover is actually, that's the statue at the Famine Memorial in Boston. And my friend Pat McGowan and I went down and took that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And
you must have taken it because it's clearly out of focus.
yeah, I think he did. But not enough people are familiar with the devastation that the famine caused the Irish people and the reaction that they had to it all. And it really was a driving force behind Ireland breaking away from Britain.
So creativity, my brother and I are very lucky. We've grown up in a very creative household, not just with you and Mom, but also cousins and aunts and uncles. Is creativity something that kind of flowed down through the genealogy prior to that, or is it something that just sort of
Boy, that's a
emerged?
tough question. I think you are the most creative member of the family, not me.
It's on tape, everyone. It's on tape.
Wow.
Package this up, send it to the Smithsonian.
I believe that to be true, although your brother is funnier than you. That's also true, by the way.
Hold for editing.
But I don't know the answer to that question. My father literally worked himself to death. And he never would have had time to do anything like this. And how creative he was a very creative businessman. He opened a restaurant which has the highest mortality rate in the business world. He opened it with complete borrowed money and made it work. And if that's not creative, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Yeah.